listen and participate, or are you going to talk to each other? All right, this is the only nature hike of the year here. So let's try to let's tighten up a little bit. I'm going to lose my voice. All right, so these trees right here are part of White River Bluffs Nature Preserve. You guys heard of the nature preserve here? Some have, some haven't. That's okay, yeah. So Highland has a nature preserve right next to it. So it's called White River Bluffs. Why do you think it's called White River Bluffs? What do you think? That's exactly right. And the White River is right over there, so White River Bluffs. What are we standing on? It's a parking lot, but we're up on a bluff. We're up high on a bluff above the White River. In fact, most of this land up here is about 80 feet above the White River, which in Indianapolis is quite a lot, right? That's a pretty big hill, or a big bluff, because it goes straight up. It's not made of rock, it's made of sand and gravel. So all this soil back here is sort of sand and gravel that was deposited. This big 80-foot bluff was created by the White River. Have you ever been close to the White River? You've seen how deep it is? Yeah, in the middle of summer, you can just walk across. You know that? Parts of it. You ever see deer in the White River? Deer just walking across?
I see deer at my grandma and grandpa's house and buddies because they live next to a creek.
Very nice. So, how did that White River, the same White River you know of today, create an 80-foot bluff of sand and gravel? What do you think? That's exactly right. And when it got higher and higher, yes. So did you hear that? The river got really high. It was really high. And there's only one thing that would make it that big. And that was when, come on, who's seen the movie Ice Age? All right. And what was the second one or the third one called? The Meltdown? Third one. Okay, Ice Age 3, The Meltdown. Anybody seen that? That was the end of the Ice Age. Guess what? The Ice Age was right here in Indiana. Right where we are right now, like 50,000 years ago, this was a mile-high glacier of ice. Right where we are. Right, hold on. Right where we are. The glacier was right here, and then it started melting north. The meltdown, the end of the Ice Age. And it melted away from here about 10 or 12,000 years ago. We don't know for sure. And so, what'd you say? The White River went up and then it went down? So what made the White River go up so big? What? Well, it was water, but the melting glacier. And that glacier, it was a whole ice cap. Just like we have the ice cap, we talk about the ice cap is shrinking due to climate change. Well, we had that happen 10 or 12,000 years ago, and that ice cap that's up in the Arctic, it used to come all the way down here. It went all the way across North America, and the state of Indiana has the southern extent. So if you go to Brown County, no glacier. There was never a glacier in Brown County, ever. Ever, never, never. The stuff you see down there, the soil is millions of years old. Okay, what's your question?
So back in the 8th and 7th were alive?
Yes?
I love that.
Cool, yes, they were. And there was woolly mammoths, and there were sloths, there were camels. Here. Yeah. We had camels in North America. We had native horses, pygmy horses, and then once humans started entering in, about, 10, 12,000 years ago, they were gone like that. Boom, mass extinction. They were hunted out really quick. Because you didn't really want a saber-toothed tiger coming into your hut at night, right? Well, you probably wouldn't, actually. You really wouldn't. It would be really bad. It would be really short work if a saber-toothed tiger came up to you. You wouldn't even know it was gone. So, okay, let's get back in focus here. So, we're standing on an 80-foot bluff built by basically melting glaciers. And it's sand and gravel. It's unconsolidated. It's not super firm. It's not bedrock or anything like that. If you go to Brown County, those hills are made of rock. This is not. So, what's the name of the club that you're all at, the camp you're at? Highland. Is it a good name? Because we're up high above the river. We're on this highland that was built by the glaciers. That's all that soil up there, all of it was left by the glaciers. by the river. Now then, let's focus again. I got another question for you. Who lives in Indianapolis? So most of you. And anybody doesn't live in Indianapolis? One person? No. One person. So here's the thing. Where does your water come from if you live in Indianapolis? From the White River? Yeah, the White River. Yeah, we got answers in the back here. Yeah, that's the White River, yes. So, the water in this cup, where did it originate from? The White River. So, is it a good thing to have trees and a nature preserve along the White River? Yeah, because it helps kind of the water that goes into the river is a little cleaner than if it was just, a farm field or a subdivision, right? Does that make sense? So you like having preserve here? You want to see some more of it? All right. I've got another question over here, but I can't resist, and it's nice and shady and cool here. We're going to do a plant. This is a super common plant. It's actually from Europe. First of all, does anybody know what this is from it growing around your house? No? It is sort of a weed. Yeah. So this is called, what do you got? What's that? It's not a milkweed, but there's milkweed around here pretty close. And like milkweed, this has butterflies that lay its eggs on it, and we might see that butterfly today. This is called Queen Anne's lace. Queen Anne's lace. Oh, did we have a correct answer back there? Yeah, Queen, yes. All right. Queen Anne's lace. So, the Latin name, are you ready for some Latin? Anybody know any Latin?
I don't.
Okay. It's okay. The Romans are all gone. A Latin name for this is Daucus carota. Daucus carota. Now then, there is something we eat that is from this plant. There's another common name for this that comes from that Latin name. And we eat it. You can go to the grocery store and buy it. You can have it as a snack, I bet. Your mom might give it to you as a snack. It's orange. What do you think? Not rosemary. What do you think? No, it's the root. Carrot. Carrot. Yes, carrot. Daucus carota, and it's also called, the other common name for this is wild carrot. And this is the plant that carrots come from at the grocery store. They're all this plant. They've just been made bigger by the people that farm. Now then, there's a butterfly that lays its eggs on the leaves of this, and the caterpillars eat the leaves because they like carrots. They like members of the carrot family. It's called the black swallowtail. So if you see a black butterfly with two little tails coming off of it, it looks like, that'd be the black swallowtail, and it might have, the caterpillar might have been on this very plant. So we need things in the carrot family to have black swallowtail butterflies. And then the black swallowtail butterflies go and pollinate all kinds of things to get nectar. Make sense? Is nature blowing your mind yet? Yes. Okay, we're gonna keep going, and for those of you who didn't answer, maybe in about 10 or 15 minutes you'll be like, that's blowing my mind. That's pretty cool. Are you ready for that? Yes. Ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's stop. We're not walking through the car. Stay back. No.
One time I was really thirsty at my sister's and I told my dad,
My backpack's on my back, bro. You just have to walk. You have to fight through this adversity. This is a character development.
I can carry it.
butterfly over there?
Think about it being a black squirrel. Is there a
You know, the way
track?
it flew is probably a skipper. It flew like a skipper.
Oh my. Oh, wait. That's not a bumblebee.
All right, kiddos.
Listen up.
Come on, Highlanders.
Highland is beautiful.
Remember I told you before with Queen Anne's lace that we were going to talk about another plant that butterflies lay their eggs on? Anybody know what this plant is right here? Milkweed, very good. What butterfly lays its eggs only on milkweeds?
Blacktail.
Monarch. Monarch, that is correct. Monarch butterfly. So the monarch butterfly is one of 2 butterfly species on Earth that migrate. There's only 2. There's one in Europe that migrates to Africa and back, but it's only in like 1 generation, 1 or 2 generations. In fact, I think it's just 1. So the monarch takes 5 generations for its migration. They start in Mexico. They fly north, they lay eggs on milkweeds, the caterpillars eat the milkweed, turn into a monarch, they fly north and they come to places like Indiana, and they lay eggs and create butterflies. So if there's a caterpillar on this, the caterpillars on this are the 3rd generation, if I remember right. So they fly up, they do it, so they laid eggs. Generation 3, they fly north, they find milkweed up in like Michigan, something like that, northern Michigan, lay their eggs on milkweed, the butterfly comes up and flies south. So we see monarchs in Indiana in like June-ish, June, July maybe. You might see some now, but I think they've probably flown north. Most of them, hold on. And then we see them again in September. So what would that make the butterflies you see in September from the ones that we saw fly up here in early June? Well, they're going to be the same age as the butterfly, but would they be related? How would they be related?
Children.
Grandchildren. Grandchildren, yes. Think about that. If you see a monarch in your yard, or here at Highland, if you're here, if you come and start Camp Highland in early June, and you see a monarch, and then you're back here to come and have lunch or something on a weekend, on a Saturday in September, and you see a monarch, you can say that monarch could be the grandchild of the monarch I saw in June. I mean, right? Is that blowing your mind yet?
My mind.
And then those keep flying south, and then eventually that 5th generation makes it to Mexico and then starts flying north again. They hibernate for the winter. They kind of just sit still all winter long down there. Is that cool? Should we have milk? Should we keep milkweeds here in Indiana? Yes. Are milkweeds kind of cool? And the thing about milkweeds is that milky substance that comes out is poisonous. It's highly toxic. And so when a milkweed or when a monarch eats it, it's poisonous. And so if a bird tries to eat that caterpillar, because birds love to eat caterpillars, it'll spit it out because it's toxic, it's poison.
Yeah.
And so there's other butterflies that look like monarchs to try to trick the birds. And so there's one called the viceroy butterfly, and we have those around here too.
I know one too.
Do you?
I forgot its name.
Okay. All right, are we ready to go back and get some shade?
Yes.
All right, I think the next stop's still sunny, but there is shade. I want you to, I'm sorry, Austin City Limits. The white one? So that is an aster, and in botany, people call them LWAs. LWA, little white aster, because it could be several, and it could take an hour to figure out which one. That is clover. But yeah, and then there's also there's a white flower there, and that's tall white sweet clover. So the red clover, the white clover, and the tall sweet clover are all non-native plants. They're all weeds. And the white flower is actually a native plant.
Wait, can I have a little bit more?
That tree right there looks like an ash tree. Probably a white ash.
This is not a walking stick. Could be.
say ash. You know, you can say ash. You know why it's called ash? Because if you burn it in like a fire, it burns all the way to ash. And so they call it an ash tree because of the way the wood burns. Yeah, see, that's a good trivia. You can tell that's something you can tell your parents tonight.
Oh my gosh! Guys, look!
That is a grasshopper. Grasshopper. Yes, grasshoppers can fly. You know that?
We saw the Highland cat over here. Yeah, we saw the Highland cat.
There's a cat over here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Two, actually.
We don't like cats on these preserves. They eat birds.
But there's just a grasshopper.
You might have to find that cat.
Oh.
Yeah, cats, you know, people think cats like to eat mice, but they actually they prefer to eat birds. They do. That's why having cats outdoors is not a good thing.
Oh, what's that?
Sparrows? That's a good question.
What's that? Wait, is that and what the?
That's part of the irrigation going on in the Gulf. Not irrigation, drainage.
What is that out?
I don't know. Some people say there's a ghost that lives in there.
Oh, there's a ghost Camp Highland. Wait, that's the ghost to Camp Highland
So there is some poison ivy on this side. So you know what to say about poison ivy? Leaves of 3, let it be. So that is a little poison ivy right there.
Yeah, I found some already.
Leaves of 3, let it be.
I
Clover also has 3 leaves, but it's okay.
think there's bees.
All right, kiddos, come on up.
I really just want to go back. I have a question. I'm going for it.
You know, I think it feels cooler out here now than it did with the first group.
No, wow.
All right, come on up.
It may look like
Come on up. We're going to be in the sun a little bit, and then we'll go get in the shade, okay?
What is that?
Well, it's a pond.
Why is it covered in green stuff? That looks like a golf course.
All right, let's quiet down.
No, that is not a pond.
If you want to get in the shade, you got to quiet down.
Listen.
All right, so we're looking at this pond over here, and I want you to think a little bit about nature and how nature works.
Why is
So-
the pond the green?
Are you leading
It's
this
moss.
discussion here?
It's moss.
Okay, so somebody says it's moss. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. It is not moss. What do you think the green is?
Algae.
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 It is not algae. It is a real plant. It's an actual vascular plant, just like the plants all around us here. It is a plant. It is not seaweed.
Wait.
Any more guesses? I'll tell you what it is. It's called, hey,
Wait, was
Chitter
it the
chatter,
color
come on.
black? Yeah. What is it?
guys, it is called duckweed.
Duckweed?
Duckweed. How did it get there? Anybody?
No.
How did duckweed get in that pond?
Expanded from the plants?
It came in with an animal.
Ducks.
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 So duckweed, the little plants, the actual plants, get stuck to the feathers of ducks, and then the ducks move it around from place to place. So that's how we have the duckweed. It's totally native. There's quite a bit of it here.
Is it good or bad?
It's okay. It's common. It's okay. It's not bad.
If there was flow in the creek or flow in a pond, then it wouldn't be there.
Hey, my name is Corey.
Okay, okay.
And people
So
call me
I have another question for you. So let's do this and see what you think, and then we'll go get in the shade, and it'll be about 10 degrees cooler. Okay? Natural air conditioning. So there are fish in that pond, and I'm going to tell you, where I live, when it's like a new subdivision, and there was a new part of it that was getting built, and there was just nothing there. It was just all flat ground. And one day I saw them build a retention pond before they built all the houses, and watched the retention pond fill up with water, and nobody stocked it with fish. And then that fall, I saw a diving duck, and diving ducks only eat fish. And it dove down and got a fish. So how did that pond get fish in it? What do you think?
Did they put an underground river to the ocean? Did they put like a fish in?
Who's they?
Underground?
No people put the fish there. What do you think?
Maybe there's
It's not
like
migration.
a underwater pond that goes to the ocean.
It's not from an underwater pond that goes to the ocean. What do you think?
There's like a water, like a tube. The fish got through and it goes to the pond.
Nope, that's not it. Think about how the duckweed got here.
Ducks.
It comes from ducks.
Ducks. And so what got stuck to the duck? The eggs. Yes. So that's how you can have an isolated pond, an isolated lake, even a brand new one, and it'll have fish in it before you know it, because the fish eggs get tucked into the duck feathers, and the duck feathers move around, and that's how you get different species of fish moving around sometimes. That's one way to do it, if it's not connected to a stream or a river or another lake or anything. Is that kind of cool? Did anybody know that?
I want to go back.
All right, let's go get some shade.
Why are we going this way? Do my head.
Because we're on a nature hike.
You guys' path is more clear than ours.
I just don't want to get stoned. Oh my God.
No, we're going to go back into sun. No fun. No fun.
Actually, no fun.
Ow! Wait! That's from a 5-year-old. 4-4.
Well, yeah, we want to bring it back, don't we?
Yes. It's as cold as your shower or your basket.
That's kind of cool. I know.
Nope. Stay in the shade here and talking for a minute.
And you're not even drinking with
The White River is right above it.
Well, it's in
Yep. That actually could be a black swallowtail. Yeah.
Easy spray me.
Right there on the clover. That might be a black swallowtail that laid its eggs on. It's really the only other swallowtail that would be like that.
Yes.
I was going to tell you another swallowtail that looks like that, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
didn't
we
let me
can
because you're talking. There's also a spicebush swallowtail and a pipevine swallowtail. And they look very similar. You're not listening to what I'm saying. But there's not any spicebush or pipevine near here, so that's most likely a black swallowtail. And so, what do you think it laid its eggs on?
Milkweed.
No. No. Queen Anne's lace. It's a good possibility. There's other native carrots here that it could have laid its eggs on as well, but there is a lot of Queen Anne's lace, so that's a really good possibility that it was Queen Anne's lace. We can't know for sure. Unless we actually saw the eggs and then saw that particular one come out and put a dot on it or something with a number. But I think that is a black swallowtail, and I think it probably did lay its eggs on the Queen Anne's lace like we saw. All right, can you hear me in the back? All right, come on up a little bit. I'm losing my voice. We're all friends here. Does it feel cooler in the shade?
Yes.
I think it feels a lot cooler than out in the sun. It feels a lot cooler.
Wait, is that the butterfly over there?
So there is, yes, we were just talking about that. There's a black swallowtail butterfly over there. Okay, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about this tree and this forest that used to be here. Are you guys ready to listen in the back, or are you talking on your own?
Chitter chatter right here, and I'm right
Come on, chitter chatter. We're on a nature hike. It's the only one of the year at Highland. So let's just listen up for like 5. Can you give me 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
I can give you 3.
Okay, then you can go to the back. 5 minutes. Okay. So see this tree right here is called a white oak. And notice how it's growing right on the edge of this bluff, because we're at White River Bluff Nature Reserve. Yes.
I see the white river.
Okay. So it's growing right on the edge of the bluff. It's not on top, it's not on the side, it's right on the edge. That makes it for very, very slow growing. Very, very slow growing. Because it's growing where it is, it's going to have a really hard time getting moisture out of the soil, nutrients out of the soil, so it's going to grow very, very slowly. So we believe that this tree, that tree right there, and about 20 more oaks, white oaks that grow on the edge here, are the oldest trees in the city of Indianapolis. The oldest trees in the city of Indianapolis. So we think this tree is likely over 300 years old. Okay? Now then, so I like your dress there. I like the dress you're wearing. And what's that kind of, why are you wearing that dress with that design today? Because it's almost the 4th of July. Exactly. And what anniversary of the Declaration of Independence is it on Saturday? 250th. She had her hand up first. Yeah, she gets it. You didn't have your hand up. So 250th anniversary. So the 13 colonies that became 13 states, you know, or 13 whatever they were 250 years ago, Indiana wasn't one of them, right? They were all along the Atlantic Ocean. So this was just territory. There were Native Americans here. So 250 years ago, on a day like this in July, when it was going to be 90 degrees, Native Americans could have been huddled up, just like you are, enjoying the shade of that tree. That very tree. And that tree. And maybe camping up here above the White River, so they could go down and get fish from the White River and mussels from the White River. Do you know that's why the White River is named the White River? It's from freshwater mussels. There were millions and millions and millions of freshwater mussels living in the White River. It's probably the richest mussel stream in the state of Indiana. And because of that, mussels live and they die, and when they die, they get bleached out white. And there were so many white mussel shells on the bed of the White River, it looked white. And so they named it the White River about, 200 years ago, 190 years ago or something in this area. Okay, question in the back.
Are they native to the White River?
The freshwater mussels? Yeah, and there are still some out there. We have a state-threatened mussel upstream of here. The best water quality of the White River in Marion County is at 96th Street, just south of the Carmel Water Treatment Plant. Because the water that comes from the Carmel Water Treatment Plant is cleaner than the water upstream of it. And so northern Marion County, where the White River is the best, the highest quality part of the White River, and it starts getting lower as it comes down because of fertilizer and runoff from yards and stuff in the city. But there are freshwater mussels out in the river here. So there is a mussel bed. They're just not it's not a rare one. but there's a state threatened missile up by 86th in the White River, 86th Street in the White River. So, what do you think about that? Is that cool that we're enjoying the same shade from the same tree that was here 250 years ago? What do you think? Yes. That cabin over there? No, that cabin's not very old. That was like a golf maintenance shed of some kind. So that's not that old. There's nobody that ever lived in that. Okay, so what do we think? Do we like the nature reserve here? It's just probably not. It'd be better if it wasn't so hot. Is that right? And do we think it's a good thing to save trees and forests along the White River? Okay. Did you have a question?
I know that it takes about 100 years for an oak tree to get that big.
You're right. And a tree like that, it could take even longer because it grows so slowly. But it was here 250 years ago. We know that. And that tree there was here 250 years ago. You know that big tree by the pool? Anybody know that big white oak by the pool? That was here 250 years ago. It's probably younger than these, but it might be roughly the same age. It looks nicer because it's not quite on the edge. But it was probably here 250 years ago as well. It was certainly here before. It's older than the club, and it's older than the state of Indiana, and it's older than the U.S. Constitution. Isn't that kind of cool? You guys could go over there. If you go to the pool today, you can go over there and just like look at that tree and feel the shade of it and be like, thank you, oak tree. And it's nice that it's been saved by the club.
We're gonna be there for I seriously want to know
why the crown is here? Well, somebody was wearing it in the first group and they dropped it, so I'm going to bring it back so she can get it back. Yes.
So that wow.
It was not like an Indian princess or anything from 300 years ago. That would have been really cool, though. All right, are we ready to go? I think you guys are going to go to golf next. Are you ready to go there? Or do you have any more questions about trees and forests? Because it's actually not bad right here in the shade, right? There's breeze. Not bad. I don't know. I do nature. What do you got? So the thing that's sticking up, that's teasel. Drink some water. It might be blooming, but it's what's called a biennial. So it'll have just leaves like this. That's teasel. And that'll flower next year. And that one flowered last year. So that could be from a seed from that flower last year. And then this will flower in 2027. All right. Let's see what time it is. Ready to go to golf? That's across the river, that house. That's Rocky Ripple.